Hey, well, welcome everybody. Thanks for taking time to watch this video. I'm here today with a new friend of mine, an old friend of Steve Vapsi's in church, who's made the introduction. But here is my new friend, hopefully your new friend, Mike Causey. Mike, tell us a little bit, who are you and how we kind of got to know each other and why?
Absolutely. Thanks, Jonathan. So Steve and I know each other because we were members at Farnham Baptist Church in Surrey for quite a few years. Now, that's a while back. Since then, myself, my wife, and our 4 children, we've lived and served as missionaries in China. The past few years have been in Scotland. But through all of that, having been brought up in the Lake District, I think, so those formation years, I love the mountains particularly, and I love the outdoors. And I have just a deep desire for people to realize and to see that God is in every aspect of it, that in his creation we get to see him, wonder at him, and delight at him. So we began to talk because Steve and you and I thought, well, what about doing a weekend? What about doing a walk? What about doing an opportunity for a wild camp so that we can spend some time in that context and hear from God?
Brilliant. And so you've agreed to come all the way down from Scotland. You're going to come to Abergavenny, and on the 8th to the 10th of October, you're going to come down, and there's an invite to all the men of the church, and as well, you know, friends, family to come along. And on the Friday night, we're going to meet, and we're going to get ready on the Friday night. You still get to go home and sleep in your bed on the Friday night. But in the Friday night, we're going to come together and get ready for a big walk and wild camping on Saturday the 9th into Sunday the 10th. What kind of things are we going to do on that walk and camp?
We will definitely be taking multiple and different opportunities to see God in what we have around us. One of my favorite passages of scripture is 1 Kings 4. You know, this classic story of Solomon being given wisdom because he asked for wisdom. So a great thing to ask for in the first place. But it unpacks a little bit of how wisdom includes this amazing knowledge of everything that God has created. That's just one small thing. But we're going to be taking the opportunity to walk, to see creation through his eyes, through his word, to spend time in silence. And one of the things, guys, we're going to be unplugged. That's one point. We're going to be unplugged. Now, the reason I want us to do this because, yeah, that's right. Yeah, no devices, no watches. Okay, and that's not because I'm kind of severe. Frankly, I wear a Sunto that tracks my every movement and an iPhone. But it's more that actually, unless we sometimes deliberately step ourselves away from the rhythms that we've applied to our own lives, rather than the rhythms that God created, unless we do that from time to time, we forget how he created this amazing place and sometimes even his purposes. So it's a deliberate thing, but yeah, it's going to be unplugged. So we're going to step away. It's just 24 hours from Saturday morning to Sunday morning when that's going to happen. But we're going to be in silence at times. We're going to talk about some scriptures that speak to us about the confidence that we can have from the Bible about who we are in his creation. And we're going to talk about who he is and why we can see him and delight in him. So it'll be scattered throughout. We'll have great food, I hope. We'll have stove, cook, don't worry. We'll have a tent, don't worry. It's wild, but it's not that wild. But we will be out there together. And it's amazing what happens when we slow down and we stop looking at our clocks and our devices in order to run our lives.
So it sounds wonderful. So on the Saturday morning, we'll get dropped off in a location in the Black Mountains. We'll, I guess, walk for around 10 miles that day and then camp overnight. Short little walk in the morning on Sunday morning, and then we're actually going back to church, all the men completely smelly. You're actually going to preach, so you must be confident that you can do this and preach in the morning. So that's wonderful. 2 questions about that for the guys watching. Does there need to be a high level of fitness to do this?
No, there doesn't. So the route that we're going to walk is going to gradually take us up to the ridge of the mountains, and then we're going to follow that ridge for most of the time. And that's the beauty of where you are actually in Abergavenny, that the geological profile of those mountains lends itself to an amazing ridge walk. So that's what we're going to do. And we take time as well. You know, leading in the mountains is not about stretching everyone and going as fast as possible. It's about remaining as a group, enjoying the relational time together, the creation time together. So no problem at all. Yeah, really straight.
Great. And then if 1 or 2 of the guys can't get out of work on Saturday morning, they can join us kind of on the Saturday afternoon, the Saturday early evening. That's okay?
They can. We'll share where we're going to camp as a location, and because of the way we're designing it for Sunday morning to get to church, it'll be quite straightforward for people to walk in on the Saturday afternoon. So yeah, you and I, Jonathan, we'll make sure that people can have that capability, and we'd love to see as many as possible.
Brilliant. So men, if you'd love to come, please join us. If you've got any concerns, any worries, just ask us, and we'll reassure you. And I'm sure this will be a great time for us to get to know each other, but as well to get to know God even better through creation and time together. Mike, thank you so much. We look forward to spending time with you, and we'll see you soon. God bless.
Thanks, Jonathan.